Hello, mamas, and welcome back to another episode of Motherhood is Ghetto. My name is Joy, and I hope you guys have had a fabulous day today. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into the motherhood quote of the day because I am so frustrated, y'all. I had to just stop what I was doing and record this podcast, but let me get into this motherhood quote of the day. So, this quote reads, a mother continues to labor long after the baby is born. Um, yeah, because motherhood is, it's peaks and valleys. Like, there are the times where it's just rough and you don't think that you'll be able to make it or survive. And then there's times where, everything is calm, cool, everything is falling into place, and it seems easy at times, but then it gets hard. It hurts sometimes, but it's beautiful. It's ugly sometimes, but then like it's just the greatest thing ever. So I 100% agree with that. Um, and it's hard work. You know what I'm saying? Like, the easy part was getting the baby here. The easy part was getting the kids here. Now comes the hard part and the heavy lifting. So I like that quote. That's a true quote. That's bars right there. Um, but enough of that because that has nothing to do with today's episode. So, y'all, I am so frustrated. Please tell me that I am not the only mother that thinks that this math homework that they be sending home with these elementary kids is hard as hell. Please don't tell me, like, if you help your child with homework and that shit is hard for you, raise your hand. Because I am just I feel like the type of math that they're doing in school, like, I feel like they're too young for it. Like, I'm okay, so let me just start from the beginning. um, so I got a message today on Class Dojo. So for those of you guys who don't know what Class Dojo is, it's what some schools use. Like, it's kind of like a little social media thing, but like for the school and just that classroom, so the teacher can post pictures and stuff like that, and we can leave comments, like the photos and stuff. And then it's also a way for us to directly communicate with the teacher and for the teacher to directly communicate with parents, instead of like doing it through email and stuff. So it's like a little app you can download on the phone. Your kid gets a little avatar, a little character, so it's cute. So I get a message on the Class Dojo from my youngest son's teacher. My son is in the third grade, and hold on, let me just read y'all the message that I got from his teacher today. And hold on, let me find this Class Dojo. All right, so she sends a message today and it says, "Good evening. I hope you enjoyed the days off and ate some delicious food, blah, blah, blah. I sent home the topic 6 retake test along with the reteaching. You can help your child with this test. It is due this Friday on 12/2/22. If you have any questions, please let me know." Okay, cool. So, it's a test. Obviously, my son did not do good, and he can do a retake of it. And I was like, okay, no problem. I will help him with this. So I told him, go get your test and get the reteaching, like basically the classwork he did, like that kind of explains what the test is. And I was like, let's go ahead and knock it out. And so he goes to get his paper, and I was like, "So you failed the test?" He was like, "No." He said, "Nobody in the class got higher than a D." and I was one of those D's. I said, son, that's not good. He said, but I didn't get an F. I was one of the ones that got a D. And I was like, son, that's still failing. Like, you still didn't pass. So that's why you got to retake the test. But that should have been my first red flag right there. That none of the kids in the class got higher than a D on this test. Like, that should have threw red flags for me right then that this shit is hard. But anyway, I digress. So we're going through the questions, and the first couple ones seem pretty easy. And I'm like, okay, we can knock this out tonight. You could turn it in tomorrow, get your grade, you'll be good. But then, then we got to question 4. And I'm going to read y'all. First of all, let me just read y'all the question. So question 4 says, select all of the ways to break apart the area of the large rectangle into the sum of the areas of 2 smaller rectangles. Then give the area of the large rectangle. What? I was like, wait, hold on. What in the hell is this saying right now? Like, and I was baffled. I was like, this is for real? Like what you guys are doing in 3rd grade? Like my son is in the 3rd grade. And then it just went downhill from there. Use the distributive property to write the equation that represents the picture. Then give the area of each smaller rectangle and the large rectangle. Like, what the fuck? Like, like this seems very hard. Like, I just let me know if I'm tripping. Like, I don't remember learning about distributive properties and areas and some of the I don't remember learning about this in the 3rd grade. I know I learned about it at some point. I just don't remember learning this in the 3rd grade. Yeah, I really don't. And somebody let me know if I'm wrong about this, but this just seems really hard for 3rd grade. And the fact that no one in the class got above a D lets me know that I feel like this is just above their grade level. Like, and I'm sitting there like, are you serious right now? And my son said, yeah, me and my friend were talking about it, and we were saying that this is like 6th grade math. And I was like, it seems like 6th grade math. Like, I feel like this is like geometry. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it's just, this is just crazy. It's, I don't know. And so, because it's due on Friday, I was like, okay, let's do 2 pages tonight and we'll work on 2 pages tomorrow. And if there's any of them that we have to skip, then just go to your teacher and tell her, like, me and my mom couldn't figure this out, so I need some extra help. But y'all, listen to this. Ron draws 2 rectangles, each with an area of 18 square centimeters. What could be the side lengths of Ron's rectangles? Show how he could use the distributive property to represent the area in each case. Like, these babies are in 3rd grade. 3rd grade. Like, this just seems, I don't know, it seems like a lot for 3rd grade, because I'm reading it and I'm like, and granted, I'm not, I was never really like good at math, like the subject of math when I was growing up, but at least like when I'm helping my kids, like I can, look at the examples and say, okay, this is what you got to do. But it's not even clear. Like, it's just, this is crazy. And I just want to know, like, is anyone else struggling with homework, helping your kids with their homework and stuff? Granted, this isn't homework. This is a test retake. And when I was looking at the reteaching that he had, like his classwork stuff, it looks like he's, with with the proper help, like he's able to figure out and he has a grasp of the basic concept. But some of this stuff was throwing us way off. And I was like, this is just, I just don't remember doing this in the third grade. I don't remember doing distributive properties in the third grade. Maybe like fifth grade, maybe possibly the fourth grade. But I really don't remember doing this in third grade. Um, I really don't. So, but I was just super frustrated and I was like, God damn, why is this so hard? Like, and my son, he's just like, he's such a goofball. He's like, he said that probably everyone else's parents is talking about that the math is witchcraft. And I was like, son, just be quiet. Just be quiet. But yeah, this is super frustrating. And I kind of like want to reach out to the teacher and was like, girl, if everyone got less a D or less, like, don't you think that this is a little advanced? Or however she's teaching it must not be resonating with the children. Like whatever she's doing as far as the lessons and like the classwork and stuff and the reteachings and stuff, that it must not be clicking with the students. Um Granted, my son's teacher, she is on the young side. I want to say she's in her 20s, maybe like 26, 27. So she is fairly young. And I believe she's fairly new at teaching. I think this is maybe like her third year teaching or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what she said at the open house. Actually, I didn't even go to the open house. My husband went to the open house and she sent home like her bio and I don't remember, but I do remember her, seeing and noticing that she was a fairly young and fairly new teacher. So I don't know. I don't think that it's not so much that, like, I don't think that it's my son's comprehension and capability because all the students, like if no one got above a D, then that leads me to believe that then there's something wrong with the lesson. I don't know. How do y'all feel if your child came home and had to retake a test and nobody passed the test? Would you think that it's just the kids just ain't listening or the teacher ain't teaching it right? Because I'm leaning more towards the teacher ain't teaching it right. um, but anyway, that's it for today's episode, y'all. I just had to let out that frustration because I know I'm not the only mom out here that is struggling with third grade, third grade math. And I just feel like we didn't do this. Like moms that are my age, I'm 36 years old. So if you were born in the late 80s like me, 90s raised, let me know if y'all remember doing this stuff in school, or at least in third grade, because I know we did it at some point. I mean, it looks familiar, but I feel like this is like entry level geometry. Like, I really feel like that's what it is. But anyways, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at motherhood_ghetto. And thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, mamas.